Hello there, everybody. Oh, welcome to my channel. Glad you're here. Sorry, the reason you might be here is because you have pain, chronic pain, or you know somebody who's suffering chronic pain, or you're just interested. Doesn't matter. I'm glad you're here. I try to do this every Friday, but with chronic pain comes a lot of other issues. Um, This is the back of my yard. I was going to talk about this monk fruit sweetener. It's 0 calories, zero net carbs, zero on the glycemic, 1-for-1 sugar replacement, keto approved. I get it at Costco and it looks like sugar, tastes like sugar, clumps like sugar. Here it is. Looks just like sugar. And there's no bitter aftertaste or anything. I love it. You might try that. And that's Lakanto monk fruit sweetener with erythritol. And it's non-GMO certified. So I like that. I do not like those sweeteners. I hate them. Yeah, I like butter. I hate butter. I hate margarine, and I only use butter. I know they say, those zero spray butters, they can say 0 calories because it's only a nanosecond. So I used to pour whole tablespoons onto my stuff, thinking I was getting zero sugar or zero butter fat, and that was a lie. My husband and I went through a course from it's the chip.org. It's hosted by Dr. Hans Diehl, Diehl, at a Loma Linda Medical University, and it supports a plant-based vegan diet. No oils, no sugars, no junk food, no fried stuff. And people are living longer. A person eating a plant-based vegan diet lives an average 8 to 10 years longer than the average person. And these are studies done by independent studies, not just within the church itself. So I've been a lifelong member of the Adventist Church, um, but I follow, Christian Bible beliefs. Um, God the Father, Holy Spirit, and God the Son, and that we're saved by grace. And I believe in the Bible baptism. But I believe in the original diet that God gave us, and that was a plant-based diet in at creation. He gave us all these herbs, yeah, including marijuana. Yeah, I think he knew we were going to have pain on down the road, so he created marijuana. But I can't use marijuana because I'm allergic to it. Else I would use that in a heartbeat for my pain. And I want to talk to you about CBD oils. Let me get my. There is, I have tried CBD oil numerous times. I got some from this clinic, that clinic, that here clinic, and never, it just didn't work for me. And I was shocked. And I remember I have EDS, and I just had spinal fusion, and my spinal fusion went sideways. So, anyway, I'm going to get my cell phone and discuss about CBD oils and what it involves. You like my shirt? I painted this. Let's see, when did I paint this? See, it's got my name. I always put my name with a heart and the C inside that. So I love the Caribbean. We love the Caribbean and the Florida Keys because the water is warm. It's 86 degrees there. The sharks don't bite too many people. Yes, I do. The hammerhead sharks terrify me. Anyway, do I sound okay? Is my sound on? Or am I being an idiot? And anyway, um, and somebody verified that the sound is on. Okay, so looks like I have a one whole person there. I'll call my friends. I'll call critters. Let's see. She has horrible, horrible RSD, which is pain condition like crazy. Calling Angela in North Carolina. Angela, she might be busy. She's such a sweet soul. She rescues dogs. She just rescued a dog that was abandoned. He has seizures. Anyway, well, it doesn't look like she's. I'll just wait for people to come in. So I had trouble talking because I had an implant that got infected. They had to remove that. So it's been a hard time with my teeth. Anyway, it's Dr. Oz and Dr. Phil, CBD oil scam. I cannot believe this thing with this scam going on with CBD oils.
It's the latest health trend that everybody's talking about, CBD oil. Now, it comes from the cannabis plant, and many believe it can help with everything from anxiety and chronic pain to diabetes, even cancer. We're in the midst of a CBD oil boom, with products popping up everywhere. Today, Dr. Sanjay Gupta is here to investigate what exactly is CBD oil, and does it live up to the hype? But first, I asked correspondent Marcia Bacampo to find out how big CBD has truly become.
CBD, if you haven't heard of it yet, you probably
Cannabinoid.
will soon. The natural herb is taking the health world by storm, with sales of the new supplement expected to grow 700% in the next 2 years.
You just see great review after great review. I mean, people seem to love this stuff. 4,000 reviews, 4.5 stars.
Short for cannabidiol, CBD
Cannabidiol. We have
cannabis plant.
a whole bunch
Cannabis.
of cannibal.
Unlike marijuana, CBD does not contain any THC.
Doesn't contain any psychoactive stuff.
So it doesn't get you high.
Won't get high.
Over the last few years, CBD has started popping up in everything from gummies to face cream to toothpaste.
So
could not be treated by all these different medicines she took. Her mom essentially started.
anyway, they have discovered that some of the CBD oils have horrible stuff in it.
So what exactly is in these CBD products? Mehmet and I met up at a lab here in Los Angeles a few weeks ago because we wanted to find out. Take a look.
Our teams managed to obtain some files of CBD being sold by several different companies claiming to have our endorsement. We sent them to Dr. Pedram Salapur to be
They
tested.
had Dr. Oz and Dr.
We want to
Phil's
know exactly
endorsement,
what's
but
in
that
this
wasn't
alleged
true.
CBD. It's time to get to the bottom of this. Dr. Salapur, how are you?
How are you? Thank you very much for coming. Can I show you around?
We'll follow you.
Fantastic. Quite a large operation.
Thank you. So this is where the testing is done for THC, CBD, all of the cannabinoids, all of the
They don't feel
pesticides. There's 66 of them.
It could have
Test for,
pesticides in
and all
it.
of the heavy metals.
They found that
What's really
there's
important to
lead
remember
in some of
is
those.
that CBD is regulated by the FDA for only one drug, Epidiolex, and that's for 2 rare childhood seizure disorders. For everything else, It's the wall.
You test these things here that aren't regulated, and you're looking for what over here?
So over here we're looking for heavy metals,
Right.
cadmium, arsenic, mercury, lead, pesticides.
And those things show up in a lot of the CBD products that come through here.
Unfortunately, they do. Because remember, hemp is a bioaccumulator. So whatever is in the ground gets sucked up into that plant. If there's lead in the ground, it's going to get sucked up into the plant. And whatever gets sucked up into the plant is going to end up in the final product unless it's intentionally taken out.
What have you found in general?
We have found pesticides in general. We have found heavy metals. We have found mycotoxins. Aspergillus causes aspergilloma in patients that are immune compromised that can wreak havoc.
Some of the people that are seeking this out are already immune compromised. Then they're especially vulnerable to the heavy metals, the pesticides.
In particular to the fungus that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Because it grows like these big mothballs in your lungs, takes over your breathing ability. It can kill you. It can burrow its way into arteries. I mean, it's a horrible death. I had no idea you were finding those kinds of elements as well. It's just sloppy. They're not bothering because they don't care about the people. They're just a checkbook. They're a credit card.
Yeah, they just want their money. They don't care about the consequences. And when if consequence arises, they're gone. I mean,
Do you know
like
how
Cul-de-sac farms. You
expensive
can't find them
real CBD oil is?
This stuff isn't cheap. One of these things costs $500,000. This is the same kind of equipment that tests
$500,000.
baby formula. So what you're describing costs money, and there's a financial incentive, if you don't have to not do it.
And then they're using our names to validate it fraudulently.
That doesn't cost them anything to steal our names. They don't have to pay you money to test it appropriately. It's cash, 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 which is all they're seeing, dollar signs, when they're talking to people that ask us for advice.
But when you skip steps and steal names, it's easy. It's all profit.
That's right.
So is there actually CBD at the level that's supposed to be in these products?
CBD
There
oil
often is not as
scam.
much CBD
That's
as
why it
they
doesn't
purport
work.
to put in there, because CBD can be very expensive. It can cost close to $10,000 a pound for the CBD. So you can imagine there's a pretty significant economic disincentive not to put CBD in the product if you don't have to, and no one's going to check.
Could you take us through the actual products that we say?
Absolutely, sure. So we tested a product that came to us from someone that was purporting to have you be their spokesperson, but the test that we did on this failed. It failed because it is not safe for human consumption under any circumstance. It failed because it was too high in its lead content.
CBD oil is
Lead,
not the
15 times
answer.
higher than safe levels, 500 times higher
Don't get
than our level
fooled.
of detection.
It's a scam.
15
Remember, I'm
times
Scam
higher than
Granny.
safe. So this isn't a close
Hi,
call.
Max.
This is
No, you
highly
can't sit up
toxic.
here
Highly
either.
toxic and very dangerous.
Max,
because
no.
lead accumulates, and again, because nobody takes just one of these pills or one droplet. This is stuff that people use continuously.
It's interesting that one of the products that we brought here that tested positive for lead 15 times above acceptable level is called verified.
Yes.
Like verified, like we've
Oh
checked
my
this.
God.
We now did verify.
Yeah.
This is
Do you have
scary.
a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.
Anyway, I wanted you to look at Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz. I will try to leave a link after this is over and show
It's
you
dangerous stuff. What's the impact
what's going
that you
on.
see with lead?
I think every mom appreciates the danger of lead. When you peel the lead paint, it would destroy the ability of kids to learn.
Oh,
Drops
Felix,
dramatically.
get
But I'll
off
tell you,
me. Felix
in
is
adults,
driving me nuts.
infertility can be caused by lead issues. A lot of belly pain, continuous nausea. All these things that you might attribute to
Lead
the
is
world around you,
deadly.
some crazy allergy that you don't really have. It could be because of lead that you're paying money
And
to
people
put in your body
that
because you
have
don't know it's there.
EDS,
People have their body
Ehlers-Danlos,
checked. And in terms of the mind film,
and
Yeah,
mast
cognitively,
cell
this is a
activation
real toxic
syndrome
substance
like what I
because
have,
It can create irritability. It creates a fuzziness.
you
of
can't
mind,
afford
inability
to
concentrate.
take
And
this
with
junk.
children, it really can
It can
create
be deadly.
developmental problems with them. And for women,
So
it can accumulate in the
that's
bone, and postmenopausal,
my story, and I'm
it
sticking to it.
releases this lead. So years later, it can release and create problems in your organs. So this
Yeah.
is just bad stuff. And the fact that they're putting our names on it to validate it just really burns
Can you
me
believe
up.
they?
They're cheating people and putting their health at risk and using our names to sell.
Wouldn't you
Think
feel
about
safe
how
buying
reprehensible
Dr.
people
Oz and
are. If
Dr.
they're stealing your
Phil's
money,
CBD
that's bad,
oil?
but then
I
you're
sure
stealing your
would.
health on top of it, right? You're paying money to hurt yourself. Maybe if you'd actually bought a good product, it could have helped you with that terrible pain you're having, or that insomnia you suffer with. Now you just don't know.
And Doctor, you make such a good point that this isn't a one-shot deal. People are applying this day after day, week
Anyway,
after
you get the
week,
message.
With ramifications years
And I will leave the link there about the CBD oil. It's not going to help you. It's only going to harm you unless you get the true CBD oil, which is $500,000 for a gallon. So you're going to have to pay about $1,000 for a bottle of it. Don't do it. A lot of people say that it works for them. It's the placebo effect. Believe me, it really is. You'll see it's only regulated for 2 childhood neurological diseases and nothing else. So there is no FDA regulations in the CBD oil. And I have some videos of a lot of the farms, the CBD farms, the hemp farms. Down below, those green areas are huge hemp fields. And then I fly my drone over the marijuana businesses we have close by. A lot of sketchy people have come into our area because of the marijuana. And drugs, any kind of drugs that are legal here in Oregon. You can have 40 oxycodone or OxyContin in a bottle and no prescription. You can have heroin, meth, any kind of fentanyl, anything. You can have anything you want, and in small amounts, and you not get arrested for it. And that's here in Oregon. Welcome to Oregon. I don't know, this world is going downhill. So I wanted to get the word about being scammed with the CBD oils. Don't buy it. It's not worth it. It's just worthless crap. Worthless, dangerous chemicals that you're putting in your body. I know the pain that we suffer with fibromyalgia. You've got to find a pain clinic, and it's pain clinics who will help you with the pain, your pain medication, if you find a good clinic. I get injections into my spine and my knees and my shoulders because of my having the Ehlers-Danlos. Is just really painful. I just had a spinal fusion surgery and it went bad. So I'm in pain all the time. And there's no way I'm going to have a second surgery because I've read that people have surgeries. Hi, sweetheart. He's worked hard putting in the, here, come and say hi. There's my honey.
I'm dirty and messy.
Yeah, dirty old man.
Hi.
But you're just building the deck on the guest house and adding the sliding glass door in there. We took the window out, put a sliding glass door. The guest house is very nice. And when we get older and travel, then we'll move into the guest house. It's 1,100 square feet. The guest house has a nicer view than the main house, or just as nice a view. But it's got a tiny kitchen, but who cares? We use a lot of frozen. We use Amy's frozen foods. So that's about the CBD oil. I know some people use the THC, the marijuana, with the psychoactive. Just make sure the clinic that you get it from. Is Daryl available, Larry? just be careful where you get your marijuana medication from, because that too can be unregulated. You know, if somebody's grown it their yard, it could have spiders, it could have pesticides and molds. I can't talk. Mold, and that can be deadly for you. So find a reputable marijuana dealer that is regulated. Don't buy it from Uncle Bubba or cousin Festus, or who's got their own backyard growing operation, because it can have deadly results. But I know a lot of people say that the medical marijuana does help them. Um, I would use it. I have no qualms about using it, but I'm allergic to it because I have that mast cell activation syndrome because of the EDS. I'm allergic to everything. I had a allergic reaction to half a stick of gum, and I had to bring out my EpiPen because I thought I was going to die. I'm allergic to the high fructose corn syrup, and half a stick of gum I didn't realize was that liquid of beautiful out. Yard is just getting ready to bloom. You can see all those broken. Oh my. And our yard guy, Victor, he fell and was severely injured. He spent 3 days in the trauma center. He broke 3 ribs. So he's suffering a lot of pain. Anyway, that's just what I wanted to say about the CBD oil. And a lot of you will watch this on replay because there's nobody here, but that's okay. As long as you get the word out about the CBD oil scam. And take methyl B12 and vitamin D. But you got to take the meth, not crystal meth, but methylcobalamin, vitamin B12. It will take care of your neuropathies in most cases. If you have idiopathic peripheral neuropathy, I can almost guarantee you that you're B12 deficient. And I went to 4 neurologists who diagnosed me. They never tested me properly for B12 deficiency. They said, oh, your levels are fine, you're 232. Well, Japan standards and UK standards is 600 and above. So I was very, very low. And once I began taking methyl B12, within 10 weeks, I had a EMG and nerve conduction test on in mid-July, and it was proved that I had really high level of peripheral neuropathy. They wanted me to take Neurontin, and then I took all this other stuff. It just made me feel like a slug, and I kept asking me, am I vitamin deficient? No. So I was so fatigued, I had to have an in-home nurse help me even take a shower or change my underwear. And I got online. My husband gave me a laptop, and that's how I discovered the website Brain Talk Communities. You can look on there. Look up B12 deficiency. Look up peripheral neuropathy, and they will share with you how they made discoveries that it's often a B12 deficiency. Vitamin D, the same too. I was finally being given 50,000 IUEs of vitamin D. I was severely vitamin D deficient, even though I was seeing a rheumatologist. And I asked him for vitamin D, and he said no. I asked him if I was B12, if I was deficient. No, he said no. So my regular doctor, my rheumatologist, and 4 neurologists missed the fact that I was in fact B12 deficient. And once I started taking methyl B12, I started taking 5,000 micrograms of methyl B12. Mary, get off of there. get off of there. Once I began taking methyl B12, my life just turned around completely. And by 10 weeks later, at the Mayo Clinic, I kept my appointment at the Mayo Clinic because they wanted to rule out whether I had MS or ALS. And I was terrified because ALS is the worst possible diagnosis anybody could have. And I had plans of eliminating myself. I didn't want to live. I didn't want to live with ALS, but I began to just thrive. My whole health turned around. My neuropathy went away just by taking methyl B12. I took the 5,000 micrograms every day, and 10 weeks later, I had a completely normal EMG and nerve conduction test, and my fatigue was gone. My muscle weakness was gone. So it was almost a miraculous turnaround in my health. And I see so many people that are suffering the same. And it's just sad because it's not unneeded. But anytime you have any type of gut issue, you're going to have fatigue, and you're going to be B12 deficient because you can't absorb and convert it. Anyway, thank you for stopping by, and I pray that you find some answers and things that will help you. I like a warm bath or a warm shower, or the hot tub. That really helps with the muscle pain. But it doesn't help for long, but at least it can help break the pain cycle. So thank you. Take care and God bless.